You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today is Friday the 20th of June 2025 and you're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, and I've sort of broken one of my rules a little bit, not horrendously, but I kind of try to record the podcast when I'm somewhere else in the world on the same day that it is in the UK when it's going out. Now I'm recording this at 9:35pm UK time, but it is actually tomorrow in Sydney when I'm recording this, which is where I'm recording it from. I suddenly realised there was no point in me recording it from Singapore because I'd done nothing. Basically, since I spoke to you last, all I'd really done was eaten, slept, and then worked on a flight from Singapore to here. So there didn't seem much point in sort of telling you about that. And we've now arrived, and it's gloriously early here. So we arrive, I think we're the second flight into Sydney Airport, and it's usually a race between us and the Qantas A380 doing the same route. You know, they are literally also going from Singapore to Sydney. And the fact that we landed at 15:15 and the airspace opens at the top of the hour at 5am leads me to think maybe they beat us to it. So, but that's fine. So I'm now wandering down towards Circular Quay from the hotel. Thought it'd be quite nice to do a location record because I haven't done that at all in Singapore. You just got me in my hotel room. That was a bike thing going past. So yes, ahead I can see Circular Quay, which is this wonderful kind of integrated transport hub. It's got buses, it's got trains, and it's got ferries. So there are so many places you can get to from Circular Quay. It's great. And of course, just off to the right, once I get down there, and I should get down the bottom by the time I finish recording this, just off to the right is the Opera House. And I'm toying with, because the sun's about to come out, I'm toying with going to try and get a photograph of the sun coming up over the Opera House from the Harbour Bridge. So where I'm walking down to now, there is a lift that takes you up to a path which eventually joins with the pedestrian segment walkway on the Harbour Bridge. So I'm toying with doing that and seeing if I can get this picture of the sun coming up. But we shall see. In terms of what I'm planning to do for writing today, I'm not tired, so I slept well before we were picked up in Singapore. So, you know, I've only been awake for about 9 hours, which isn't a whole day, maybe 10 hours, but it's not the length of a whole day. So I'm not going to power through or anything like that and be awake for the whole day here in Sydney, but I am going to try and get something done. So I'm going to walk down, see if I can get a couple of photographs of the Opera House from the Harbour Bridge, and then I shall head back. Might do a live stream. I don't know if the video quality is good enough to do it from the hotel here. It was really good in Singapore. I was very surprised at how easy it was to stream. In fact, what I always do is I record it on my laptop so that I can upload the stream to YouTube as well, rather than just exporting it from Twitch. The reason I do that is if there's a bad connection, then the copy that ends up in YouTube, if it's just exported from Switch, the copy that ends up on YouTube will also be rubbish. Whereas if I record it directly on my computer, the YouTube version will be better than the one that ends up on Twitch. But anyway, so I'm wandering down now. The other kind of miscalculation I've made is that it's 6 degrees here. It'll get warmer later. It's actually going to be rather pleasant later. But right now, as I speak to you, it's 6 degrees. And I'm out here in a... it's not a t-shirt, but it's a button-up, short sleeve shirt. I am wearing jeans at least. But yeah, if I'd kind of remembered what time of year it was, I think I probably would have put some kind of hoodie or something into the bag. But I didn't. So I'm just going to get a bit chilly, I think. But never mind. That's no big deal. Yeah, so that's How many have I done? I've done about, heading for 4.5 minutes now. I'm heading down also. I'm now nearly at the bottom of whatever this road is called, about to get to Circular Quay. So I can't quite see the Opera House because it's sort of round to the right, round a bend. But it's not a long way. It's probably another 5 minutes walk. But I'm not gonna do that now. As I say, I can see the lift that takes me up onto the sort of upper concourse above the railway line. And if I just follow that round, I will end up on the side of I think the footpath on the Harbour Bridge is on the side that overlooks the Opera House and stuff. And I can literally see the Harbour Bridge now. Can't see the Opera House because it's slightly off to the left, but I can see it. I've got the museum on my right. Sorry, on my left. I'm just about to cross Alfred Street, which is the street with all the bus stops on Circular Quay. So yes, and you can probably hear the crossing going to say get across. So I'm literally walking towards Wharf 2. Don't know where that goes. I know Wharf 3 is the one that takes you to Manly. Anyway, I can see the Harbour Bridge now. It's glorious. Right, that'll do me. That's an update for today. Hopefully by the time I talk to you tomorrow, which will probably also be from Sydney, I think, I will try and have signed off the next chapter 31 of Empress of the Trees. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.